tell us a little bit about your kind of law and what you do.
Well, I help
and maybe what excites you about it, too.
Right, we'll do that.
Right.
I help people with startup businesses, and so I do a lot of contracts for them, employment contracts or licensing contracts or contractors, different things like that. But, you know, it could be leases, different kinds of contracts that you need for business. And I also do, I mentioned it a little bit before, licensing. And licensing of intellectual property. And intellectual property is, it can be music, it could be poems, it could be art, it could be software, it could be technology.
Your old field, software.
Exactly. So many of my clients have to do with software licensing. It could also be your face. People license their face,
License
their voice.
Your face? Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. And music, of course. You've all heard of music downloads.
Right, right.
Right. So my special area is licensing contracts.
So tell us what is the reward? What I'm going to ask you for the rewards and the challenges, the things you like and the things you don't like. Let's start with the things you like. What makes you enjoy this field? Get up in the morning and actually look forward to the day, or something you get to do?
Well, I generally like to be in a helping field of some sort. And to me, being an attorney is a helping field. I feel like when people come to me who are in business, I can actually help them get to a point where they're comfortable with what they're doing, legally speaking, and they understand what they're doing. So to me, that's a good thing. There are all kinds of attorneys who are, and I'm going off me again, but most attorneys actually are helping in some way or another. And when you're in trouble, you want somebody who's going to be strong and powerful and help you out.
And who you trust.
And who you trust. Yeah, trust is really key.
Now, how about the other side? Some challenge that it's not enough to be a showstopper because you still enjoy your field, but you wish it would just go away.
That's
you have to suck it up or something.
And I can talk about the challenges for me, but I can also talk about challenges in general.
Sure, yeah, because somebody might be thinking, okay,
of something
will this
different.
push one of my buttons or
exactly.
Something?
So I'm in solo practice. I get to choose my clients. I select for clients that I really enjoy working with and like the jobs that they bring to me. What I don't like about solo practice is I'm the one who has to do the accounting, the billing. I can hire someone to do it, but basically it's my responsibility. I have to do my own computer stuff and, the biggest thing, my own marketing.
Yes, that's me too.
Yeah. Any consultant.
You're everything. You're the whole company.
The whole thing. So those are my biggest challenges. Other more general challenges are, we talked about before how you have to keep up on the law. The challenge of keeping up with the law and being responsible for knowing it and making sure that you're serving your client in the best way can be very stressful. So that sometimes feels like a challenge also. And then attorneys that work for larger firms usually have lots and lots of hours of work that they have to do, and many, many clients, some of whom are not very pleasant to deal with. And the time and the quantity of work can be stressful in that situation.
Wow, okay.
So,
I want to ask you, because I think this is important for the people watching, you went through a major career transition.
I did.
In mid-career. So I'd like you just to talk a little about it, but maybe in a way that you're talking about somebody else is going through a different career shift, but it's still applicable. Do you see what I'm saying? Talk a little bit about what you did
more
with the
generalized,
process, the way you were thinking about it.
Right. I actually was triggered to do that with a potential layoff, which never actually occurred.
Oh, really?
But the potential was there. And that made me start thinking about, what do I really want to do? Which you can do. You don't have to have this trigger going on. You can think about it. And so I started thinking what I really wanted to do and how I could prepare for that and what I really liked. And I thought, God, what I would really like to do is go back to school and major in eclecticism. But then I had to, take a step back into reality and say, well, maybe law. Law would be a really interesting thing because it's very applicable to our society. And also I had started looking at the contracts. So it kind of was a blend of many things that came together, and you have to look at your life, see the things that pique your interest and the things that you've had exposure to and how they fit together, and you can build on them. So I built on the software. I built on the fact that I had contracts experience. I built on that I'm pretty good at school. And I built on that I wanted to go to school more for some additional degree. Eclecticism just wasn't practical. Came up with this other idea. So it almost was evolutionary in my case, in that situation. Now, we didn't talk about another potential career change that I'm thinking about.
You're gonna throw one on us, huh?
Which is, and part of it, which is I teach
the physical.
Right. I teach aerobics and Pilates, and I'm sort of planning that to be ready for that when I retire from the law, which won't be for for a while. But so I'm getting another degree in adaptive fitness. I've already been certified as a personal trainer, but that I can do at a much slower pace so that it's not quite as...
So you're starting to see the connections between one thing and another.
Yeah, you build on something that you're interested in, and you start getting prepared so that when you need to make the break, you're ready.
Oh, that's fantastic. We have about 2 minutes left, so I know this is may take a whole show, so we may need to have you back, but you know a lot about starting businesses, and if there's something you can just throw out there that either to watch out for, to think of, to do, to not do, somebody out there's thinking, gosh, I'm thinking about putting together a business, what would you throw out there about starting your own business?
Well, you got to think of a business plan. You have to have a business plan. Everybody says it, hardly anybody does it, but the business plan has your audience, your target audience, your customers, how you plan to distribute or give out your service or product, what you plan to be making, how you're going to support yourself. So whatever it is, you got to have a business plan. Then you have to figure out how you're going to be funded and do your accounting, the financial aspects of your business. You've got to set up your legal aspects. That could be your name, the name of your business, what's legal, whether you're incorporated or not. You've got to manage the risks.
Wow.
And the last thing, very, very important. Market.
Yeah. You also have to find, I guess that's part of the marketing. You have to find the niche, right?
You have to find the niche.
What kind of a problem can I solve, and what is there a need? Where can I...
Exactly.
And also, I guess, be identified as something, right? I mean, to actually be
you establish your identification.
Well, believe it or not, we're just about out of time. So we may just have to have you back to do an entire show on starting your own business.
Well, I'd love to come.
Would you be open to that? Thank you for being on the show.
My pleasure.
And maybe see you next year on this, talking about starting your own business, right?
Okay.
All right. Thank you for watching You're Hired. If you have any questions for us about this show or suggestions or questions just about jobs and careers, feel free to email me at steve@bayareacareercoach.com. Again, that's steve@bayareacareercoach.com. And I invite you to take a look at the website. Again, we've added the 12 keys to getting a great job. We also have links to all of the people that have been on the show, so if you want to write to Irene, you can get a hold of her and the phone number and all of that. So there's connections. You can also sign up for my career newsletter. That's all at www.bayareacareercoach.com. Again, that's www.bayareacareercoach.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on You're Hired. And you're already hired. Thank you very much for being on the show.
It was great.
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't know about this other, because you were saying going from, you're making this change, and you said and physical fitness or something, but I didn't really realize that you were also...
It was a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a different set of skills though, right? Or is there, can you see seeds of it in what you're doing now?
Yeah.